Hello.
Hi.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Well,
Perfect. Perfect. Welcome to We Have a Situation here where we have a situation here. I'll work on getting that down. Why don't we have me stop talking and do player introductions?
Player 1, Tommy.
I'm player 2. I am Sean.
Player 3, Richard.
Zach is player 4.
All right. I'm going to click over to our situation. We click a button. Click. All right. You guys ready for, you want words or you want prompts first?
Let's
We'll do
alternate back and forth.
Zach, I do appreciate that you think I'm way smarter than I really am and able to coordinate that in my brain. Player 1, your bonus point word, the word that you will sprinkle in throughout the festivities this evening. Your word is hammock. My word as player 2 is rotation. Player 3, your word is cattywampus. As in, things are going to get all cattywampus up in here. And player 4, your word is eerie. Ooh. Which is convenient for our story prompts. Our main character this evening is named Claire Craig. Really good for an audio format. Claire Craig. Claire cannot pronounce the word Isthmus. This one's based on an actual event, if you believe it or not.
That's okay. I can't spell it. So
Yeah, just an incoherent symbol, and you're pretty much there. Claire has no idea how to unsubscribe to email. Our situation this evening. Claire has been invited to a VIP section of this vineyard tour, and it gets weird. So, Claire subscribes to emails, doesn't know, like after you click the unsubscribe button, and it takes you always through those 7 different pages of, are you sure? Are you really sure? Can you tell us why? Really? Are you sure? Doesn't know how to get through all that, and has difficulty with the word isthmus. Any assistance would be greatly appreciated on that one, gangs. Isthmus?
Isthmus? I always called it Isthmus.
Oh, is
like
it
Isthmus.
spelled?
How do you spell it? Let's go there because I there's a T in there, right?
Isthmus. Isthmus. But that's not how you say it. It's, and you wanted me to go back and forth between them. That would
That would be all cattywampus.
have throw us all off our rotation. Didn't work.
Have to sleep in a hammock.
All right, so I'm getting the feeling that Claire has this high profile job. She's going to the vineyard. It's full of hammocks. She got somebody else to take her rotation for the week, and is trying to do a nice vacation. But the vineyard's full of like werewolves or something.
It's pretty eerie.
But let's talk about Claire Craig a little bit. the unfortunate situation of having an alliterated name. Um,
Are you sure it's? I wrote it down as Claire with a C and Craig with a K.
really.
It worked for me. I'm not known for my spelling.
And you said it, so it's canon now.
That is
Yeah.
all right.
Those are the rules.
Her coworkers call her CK.
'Cause she
And
doesn't
she-
like that. She would prefer they just call her Claire. It's not that hard, you guys. It might even be easier.
You've gone from one syllable to two very quickly. Does she think that her coworkers are worth it?
Another episode about Sean.
All right, more in the line of, all right, they just aren't listening at all to, like, seriously, just call me Craig. Claire. Golly.
It's Miss Craig to you.
So she's really earned this time off, and opted for a vineyard. Is she
Who wouldn't? It's delightful. You get to taste things, spit them out if you wish.
like, you can't do that at a buffet? Vacation
Why
spot buffet.
buffets?
Yeah, buffets, if you put it in your mouth, you can't put it back.
This is true. Just
They do frown upon that.
They'll glare at you.
Home. Oh, girl, what? Plop.
Put that in the mystery container.
Going
You
in the
heat it
soup.
up enough, it'll be fine. Microwaves will kill the germs. Is Claire a bottle of red or a bottle of white kind of person? Does she want heart health or just get really drunk? I couldn't remember the word.
Snockered?
Silly, I think, was what I was going for.
I think the phrase is white girl wasted.
She's gonna get silly faced.
That did she go on this vacation alone, or did she grab a bunch of coworkers who'd call her Claire instead of CK? Clark Kent. That's where CK comes from.
Calvin Klein?
Oh, yeah. Underwear.
Your fashion senses wouldn't know anything about Calvin Klein.
Bank account wouldn't know anything about Calvin Klein. Marky Mark, made it all expensive. I'm calling him Marky Mark. I don't care.
Hear a knock on your door. Oh no.
Breaks my nose and then says, "Say hi to your mother for me." Like, what? Saturday night. Okay. So where is the vineyard? Did she go to Napa? Did she go to New Zealand? Is she in the Burgundy region of France? Is she going to be jet lagged the entire time or alert?
Arizona.
Arizona
Oh.
wineries, perfect. Gonna get really drunk and then hang out in the sun all day long. She needs a hammock.
This sounds dreamy. I think we're gonna need a sponsor here.
Like an
Go on
AA
then.
sponsor.
Well, that can come later, but I'd like to
Yeah,
go to
probably
Arizona
later.
and drink and lay in a hammock.
Yep, we're just writing their whole tourism board stuff for them at this point.
Oh, yeah. They're going to pay us.
Visit Arizona, where you'll get so drunk you can see the rotation of the Earth.
From your hammock.
It's eerily cattywampus.
Best slogan ever.
All right. Richard, tell me about the hosts at this vineyard. It's Arizona, so it's probably not a very large vineyard, but I imagine it has kind of a B&B kind of vibe. So tell me the nature of the people that run it. What are their names?
Claire and Craig run it.
It was meant to be. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
So Claire and Craig obviously call her CK as well. Because they got to be awful people. No, that's not. They don't have to be awful people.
They're lovely
they're-
people.
So does CK, I have to call her CK now or I'm going to get very confused. Does CK pick up on like an eerie vibe right to begin with, or does it slowly build that the barrels of red wine are probably lined with blood?
When did we get there?
I don't. Stop me! Somebody stop me!
All right. So this vineyard tour, it's totally different. There's no blood, not yet. So Claire and Craig, they have an awkward daughter who they want to have friends, and this awkward daughter is a 20-something, and so this VIP tour that CK is on is actually a ruse in order to get their daughter friends and have playmates for a couple of days.
Cool.
There you go.
What's the daughter's name?
Tommy, what's the daughter's name?
Punt.
Go with Janice.
Janice. All right. Claire, Craig, and Janice are running this little vineyard B&B. They bottle their own stuff, I'm hoping, or they just like, here's your giant oak barrel of wine, local college students.
Maybe they just grow grapes and then just go down to the liquor store and buy some wine somewhere else and then resell it. They actually don't know how to make wine.
They make jam.
Fermented jam. Your toast is crazy.
That's a thing. We should try that. Can you make fermented jam?
If you try not hard enough, you can ferment anything.
I'm going to Google it.
Right now.
Rich, tell me about Janice a little bit. Is she like she's all that kind of awkward girl who really just isn't awkward? Just has a hobby?
I think
Don't get
she's
that
she's a recluse generally, but parents pull her out for these tours because they claim they need help. They fake bad knees
Nice.
and stuff, and so she's a little reclusive, doesn't I don't know, she's socially awkward, which is why she doesn't talk as much.
Okay.
And,
I think CK's got to respond very well to that. Somebody who isn't constantly talking all the time. I figure at work she's got to be the decision maker.
She's also CK is also thrown off, a little creeped out by the overly generous friendliness of the winery people,
Okay.
because she's only read about, vineyards with the, pompous Frenchmen and stereotypes. That fun stuff. Yeah, stereotypes.
Are there other guests at the vineyard this week?
A handful.
Okay. Are they getting nearly the attention that CK is?
Yes.
I was going to say yes as well.
We have a quorum.
Yeah. Because that's what it takes.
All right. So we've got to have the one Texan with the big old hat and a gun on his belt. We got to have the power couple from Lansing.
Known for their power couples.
There's
They're
older
real estate
Europe
billionaires.
and older European couple that's doing a wine tour across America.
Perfect.
Yeah, the older couple, European, they're very hairy and like to.
The guy isn't wearing an undershirt and only has his shirt buttoned up halfway at all times.
The Michael Scott version of a European couple.
They like to keep it breezy.
Adidas gear all over the place. All right. So it's kind of a hop in place then. So whatever marketing this little B&B is doing, it's like the first week of October. Like nobody should be out here, but they're there. They're having fun. I would go to Arizona in October. That's the only reason that I said October, because I assume there's sun and heat and one drop of alcohol and you're gone. Or alcoholic toast.
Well, I looked it up. It looks like fermented jam is not usually a good idea because it often produces methanol instead of ethanol, and that's what makes you. So if they can do it, it'd probably be really good, but be suspicious.
They have it. They just don't sell it because they're not sure.
They've got a warehouse out back that's just filling up with jam. There's a bunch of bears wearing like neckties. They're just pacing around outside trying to find their way in.
Hey there, Boo Boo. How do I get in? I want to steal that picnic basket, but just can't. Every time I get close, it smells like methanol. Can't be a healthy route. Risk-averse Yogi Bear would be quite a different cartoon. All right. So who gets invited to the VIP side of this vineyard tour?
Everyone.
Everybody's
no real VIP.
Perfect. Yep. They got all suckered in.
Yeah, they make a big deal about letting everybody know that they got invited to the VIP section. Even though there's no other section, they announce it. Welcome to the VIP section.
Ooh, they open the barn doors to a dirt floor. A chicken runs out. That's not health code compliant. Unless they're making chicken wine.
A chicken in a barn? You didn't say they were making the wine in the barn.
Where are they going to store the? You can't have.
Well, they're not even making wine.
That's true. It's the jam.
They just make jam they don't sell. It'll kill people. They're hoping for an industrial use.
It's a paint stripper.
Outdoor use only.
from it is, it's like paint stripper grenades. You just throw the jars of jam at the house. They shatter. The paint, just the acid washes away. They got to get FDA approval real quick. All right.
So I think,
Thank you.
yes, I think that while they're leading everyone to the VIP section part of the tour, Claire Craig is pulled aside by the daughter,
Okay.
who I forgot the name of
Janice.
already. Janice. Or something. Janice is struggling with, a couple trays of wine glasses just from the old European couple alone. And so Claire goes to help.
Nice.
All right, and then after Claire helps, Janice is clearly in need of some help, and Claire offers her assistance with the appetizer tray. So they get into some deep conversation while they are putting toothpicks into little smoky hot dogs.
I want to go to this vineyard.
Sean's a big fan of the little smokies.
Heck
Only
yeah.
there's some way you could get those.
Yep, big fan of the tiny wieners.
Yep.
Just gonna leave a blank spot there so I know where to cut it. Oh, no, I regret all of that. All right. So what happens now between Janice and CK? Does Janice unveil some deep, dark secret of the pit? Like, I'm not the first Janice of the pit, the vineyard.
Hey, you want to see a dead body?
I think she alludes to bodies being buried somewhere from the guests that didn't listen about the jam.
I laughed too hard at murder. All right. Okay. So then CK is like, wait, what's up with the jam? And they start discussing it a little bit. And then she goes into full detective mode. Like, she's watched every episode of Castle, knows exactly what to do.
Quick, I need an author.
One of the power couple has written crime novels.
Romantic
Yeah.
crime novels.
Romantic crime novels, yes.
Set in Hamburg.
I'll bet they've been described as being very eerie and a
Okay.
little cattywampus.
You got to
Even
turn the
full of
whole
hints.
genre on its side if you're going to be a romance detective author book person. Forgot how to describe a genre there for a moment. All right, so how does CK has to learn the secrets of the group around her to eventually discover that the power couple has a detective author in them. So how does she begin to mingle to get information about these people? How do we learn about the
They won't
Okay.
shut up about it.
absolutely writers never shut up, so it makes sense. Okay. So CK pulls the author aside and says, I think something weird is going on. They go and interview Janice. Everybody's brought up to speed. What happens next? Tommy, you look like you
Craig-
got something. I saw you go.
Craig
"What?"
and Claire start getting suspicious that so many people are talking and not eating the appetizers.
All right,
You
the hors
could have said
d'oeuvres
Little
go
Smokies.
little smokies.
Oh, shame. Oh, shame.
The hors d'oeuvres are uneaten. They're very good hors d'oeuvres. Um, what do they? What? How do Claire and Craig respond? Do they divert? Do they say, "All right, let's all eat this jam"?
I think the elder Claire looks to Craig and says, "Looks like we've got another purge on our hands."
Oh no. Okay.
And so Craig goes back to one of the back work rooms in the back of the barn and grabs something very large, but I can't tell what it is. But I think Richard knows what it is.
He grabs a large, wrench, obnoxiously large
A
pipe
spanner.
wrench, and he tells them all, we're now time for the walk around tour where you can remember your cameras because we got a good viewing spot of the canyons or hills or whatever.
There we go. Somehow they're overlooking the Grand Canyon. Yeah.
I mean, not that Grand Canyon, but
The less
Yeah.
Grand Canyons.
so he grabs it and says this for opening the, opening the shed for the binoculars or whatever. I don't know. He has to make sure the irrigation pipe is tight over there.
They're gonna
And
flood
so-
the canyon.
So he goes and, lines them all up. They're all on the platform, and he twists a knob and they fall
Oh no.
because, there's a purge. So they fall into a cave that smells eerily of strawberry jam.
On point. Okay. All right. They
A
all.
cave system.
Wow. Okay. This got eerie. All right. So, how? Oh man, Tommy, what the heck is going on in that cave system?
The Texan with the gun is dead.
Oh no.
He didn't survive the fall
Okay.
because he's weak.
But his hat was so big.
That's how you know.
Wouldn't that work as some kind of parachute? Some drag on that? Might have saved
Well,
it.
Strap
see,
on the
he
hat.
died because he cushioned everyone else,
Landed off
and
him.
they lived because of him. His sacrifice will not be forgotten.
It was a noble sacrifice. All right. That brings us to our 10-minute warning. As we are down in the cave, looking around, our surprise element this evening is an old favorite. An old favorite. Zombies?
Oh man, there aren't actually dead bodies down here. It's just full of zombies. The jam turned them into zombies.
Oh man. Preserved the undead life force. And that doesn't make any sense. Undead life force.
You also said it smells like strawberry jam.
Yeah,
They're
there's
growing
methanol.
grapes.
It's got too much methanol. It smells like strawberries. And, that's science.
Maybe zombies smell like strawberries.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
They're slightly molded. Okay, so now they have the groaning undead are approaching. They have the power couple CK. The dead. Oh no! Does the dead Texan wake up?
No,
No.
it takes a while to
Okay,
morph.
has to ferment.
change.
But when he gets up, he says, "It's morphin' time." Puts up his big old belt buckle in front of him.
Okay. They run, right? You've got to run. It's a cavern. They pull out their cell phones for flashlights. We get a nice little semi-dark chase scene going on. I think something by Band of Horses plays in the background, because why not? They're in every zombie movie these days. What? Where do they run to? What do they
The
find?
tunnel system is a big circle, and none of them realize it, not even the zombies. So we see them go past the same section like 3 or 4 times.
Many rotations. Got it.
Mini
Okay.
rotations, yes. Very good.
Not a hammock to rest in
No.
sight.
After they're getting tired and whatnot and running, they see a light further up and run to it and find Janice had opened up to save them. She had to wait for her parents to go to bed.
They go to bed.
They were tired after dropping all those people into the pit.
It's really
Really
been
stressful.
it's been hours.
All right, but Janice to the rescue. The parents are numb to this whole thing. I love it. So Janice throws down like a rope ladder. They all one by one start climbing up. I think the power couple is the last to go up. Zombies swiping at their feet. Do they make it? Does everybody make it up the ladder?
Yes.
Except for the European couple, all of their clothes were ripped off.
Did the zombies do that, or did they do that?
They did that because Jam got on it.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe it was Jam. We
Until
don't
they
know.
claim.
Maybe they just prefer to run with nothing on. It's easier. Less wind resistance.
And the chafing. You don't want to worry.
No time for that. All right, great. So they all make it up. They're a little more nude than they once were. What does Janice tell them to do? Does Janice feel that she and CK did become good friends? Because she's never been able to rescue people before. Has she tried to rescue others
No,
before?
she never had a connection.
Nice.
They don't know there are zombies down there.
Oh.
Yeah. So Janice says to escape, you just need to cross that narrow land bridge between 2 bodies of water. And then Claire's like, "What are you talking about?"
Perfect. So Janice explains, and then Claire's got to shout like, "All right, everybody, follow me to the Isthmus." the Isthmus, is the moose. Follow me to the narrow land bridge.
And then everybody else is wondering, is she turning into a zombie?
So, okay, because Janice doesn't know the zombies are down there, does she know to close the latch right now? Or do zombies start climbing up the ladder as well?
Sounds
She,
good.
yeah, okay. I don't know where I was going to say. Move
Okay,
along,
so zombies come out of the hole as well. Janice gives a what? I knew we made bad jam, but we're in such a jam now. She looks at him. Janice looks at all the zombies coming out there, and you know what she says? She says, "We have a situation here." Roll credits. We're done.
That's the end of the podcast forever.
Thanks for being here. All right, so Claire leads them all to the narrow land bridge between 2 bodies of water, and what happens?
It's rigged to explode.
Oh,
In
nice.
case the government ever showed up. The FDA.
So the whole vineyard's got like this moat around it, and this is the one way in, the isthmus there. Isthmus? Isthmus. It's not even a joke anymore. I just don't know how to say it.
Are the parents with the group now after discovering they made zombies?
Did they wake up?
Did they wake up?
Did
Yeah,
they
I think
wake
they
up?
woke up. Yeah.
All right. Parents are awake.
So that's how they know about the explosives. The parents and the parents' super paranoia of the government.
Okay. Perfect. So they come racing up on a golf cart and go, no, wait. Get what look out. We gotta drive. Go faster. You're gonna blow up. That's Craig. All right. So do they make it over the bridge in time, or do they let the zombies go onto the bridge and then they blow it up?
No, I think Janice is standing on the bridge, and so they're waiting for her to get off the bridge, but the zombies are closing in.
Is she gonna get off the bridge?
Claire goes and talks to her, and there's a super intense chat and whatever.
Nice.
Ends in a hug and them running, and then explosions.
Awesome. So you get the newfound friends hand in hand. They run, pulling each other, trying to get away. Giant explosions in the background. It
Yeah.
would look really cool.
The
That's
whole
for sure.
vineyard is gone.
The whole vineyard just boom, 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 boom.
Well, because it turns out that the fermented jam is also very flammable.
Oh God, and it's just leaking gas underneath them in those caverns.
Everywhere. So the whole thing explodes. It is a giant crater. It might even be described as a Grand Canyon.
Ah!
Oh,
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So they all look at the ruins before them. I think a hammock floats down and lands beside all of them. European couple uses it to cover up because it's cold.
No, they don't.
Dope. Any lessons learned? Did Claire and Craig grow?
No, they
No.
fled the country.
Immediately run away on the golf cart heading south. Peace out. Hi everybody, Sean here. Thank you for listening to this episode of We Have a Situation Here, an episode all about the best kind of vacation, the vacation that ends with zombies. Yeah, thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. If you want to help us out in getting the word out about our fun little story making podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or iTunes. Apple Podcast is what they call it now. That would be super helpful. You can join us and have some fun on Instagram. You can find us at We Have a Situation Here podcast. We are online at whashpod.wordpress.com, and you can always send us an email to say hi or send us cool story prompts. Maybe you've come up with your own story. Maybe you wrote something down from the situation generator, which you can find at the WordPress site. Send us what you got. We want to share stories and have some fun with those because stories are really neat. We are big fans. We make them up weekly. Anyway, that's it for this week. We will be back next week with a fun, brand new take on an improvised story or something. Maybe we won't improvise it. I don't know how that would work. I've got to learn how to end these. Yeah. All right. Be safe. Wear your mask. Distance. Do whatever. That would be good. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.